All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit on this Sunday afternoon. Have a very serious topic I want you guys to pay attention to. Some of you may get offended, but if you take your emotions out of the whole situation and just use your intellect, use your reasoning. Don't get emotional. Use your reasoning because you will see the profoundness and the truth in what's going to be said. Now, I'm going to do a reaction to Tim Black. And Tim Black, the name of his video is The Game They're Running on Black Women Exposed. Very, very good video. I differ with him only with the theme of it being something that was hidden. The Democratic Party, ever since slavery, have always played by a rule of having a black woman in the big house. They put her in the big house because they know that she will do anything to protect and save her own children from master, from the woes of slavery, and from any harm. That's the concept and idea that they based having her in the kitchen and in the big house, is that she could be used to help them stay in power and have control over the masses of their black slaves. Now, how does that apply to modern times? In modern times, it's called ideological subversion. And it was a concept first used in Cold War Russia to undermine the United States. Now, what they do is they undermine the very basis of your thought, of your culture. They make you question everything. They make you question your religion. They make you question nature. They make you think that blue is red and red is blue. They make you think that 2 plus 2 equals 5. They undermine the very basis and core of your identity. Now, how does that apply to us in modern times? The Democratic Party, a lot of people's asking, why do they use people like Jasmine Crockett, Ayanna Pressley, Maxine Waters? And they put them in front of you to say the most vile, vitriolic things that they can about the government and people they want to turn the community against emotionally, because they identify as your sister, your mother, your auntie. You notice how in our community they say sister girl and sister, or they call the older women's auntie, and they use the term big mom. In ideological subversion, they understood that the black woman was the glue that held the family together. She was the glue that kept her husband in the house. She was the glue that kept her children underfoot. She was the glue that tied with the grandparents. She was the glue of the community. And her ability to have cohesiveness supported the nuclear family. So, how they ideologically subverted that was they said that she was the backbone, that she was the strength, and that she would ultimately be the breadwinner. Once they transferred her to breadwinner after she was already being the glue, the last part was to get the man and get her husband out the house. Then they could control that entire family through Section 8 aid, food stamps, a good job or opportunities as a secretary or something like that. Then they played soap operas, which were called programs. And the ones that stayed home, they watched the programs and how Erica Kane and how rich people lived and things of that nature. And all along, this was an ideological subversion. They were altering how she thinks. They were programming her to be more loyal to the government than she was to her community. Because why not? The government provided the benefits. The government provided the security that our community lacked because our community was a minority and an oppressed minority. So this took decades to perfect. It took a wave of drugs into the community, a wave of incarceration into the community, a wave of crime and unaliving of black men on black men to finally ideologically subvert an entire community to where now there's no love and cohesiveness in the community. There's only politics, transactional exchange, jealousy, and a distrust of one another. And how does that play when your community is ideologically subverted on a global scale, where people all over the world see you through stereotypes, see you through the prism and view of Hollywood movies, such as Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society and rap music, gangster rap music, then drill music. It keeps getting more and more fierce because the key to power is control over the minds of the masses. See, it's one thing to be able to use force in the military to control a situation. It's an entirely different thing to control people from a mentality. And what I'm finna show you is Tim Black's video, and I'm gonna react to it. And he's gonna talk about Jasmine Crockett and the Democratic Party, because this is a prime example of someone who's been ideologically subverted to where she works against the best interests of not only herself, her family, her community, but also the country. And in no way does she see the wrong in it. In no way can she rationalize that what she's doing is detrimental to the very people she claims to represent. So without further ado, let's get off into the video. This is for fair use of the 1976 Copyright Act for education and commentary. And shout out to Tim Black. Check this out.
Be next. There it is. It is next. Kamala Harris is picked as Democrats' runaway 2028 favorite in new poll. That's right, folks. Morning Consult, they just did a poll. And in that poll, they had Kamala Harris running away from the pack, Johnson. Real talk, man. It is not even close. They said who, they asked Democrats and Democrat-leaning independents who would they support if the 2028 presidential election were here today. And by far, by a landslide, they chose Kamala Harris.
Let's vote. Let's get out the 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 vote. Let's win.
So Kamala got 36. Buttigieg got 10. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got 8. Tim Walz with another 8. And Gavin Newsom with another 8. And I think the person that they fear out of those next 4, Gavin Newsom. Yeah, Gavin Newsom, because he's white. He got jazz hands, right? And yeah, that's reasons. And he's already out front doing his work, putting in the work in. And I don't think America's really ready for Pete Buttigieg.
So you might be asking, why is GeoBubble the best poll cover in the world? Some of the differences that you may notice right away is the...
Exactly. Yeah. But I do think there are plenty of, Democrats that have tons of verve and energy. I mean, I like Gavin Newsom because he's really pretty to look at, and I think he does a great job in California. I like Kamala and Pete Buttigieg.
I love Pete
ticket.
Buttigieg.
I think that looks great.
I don't think they are. Yeah, I think it's safe to say he's going to run into a lot of difficulty. For one, he's phony. He doesn't scream authenticity or even say authenticity. So he's in the same boat as Gavin. But come on, man. Come on, man. You're going to go from Trump to Pete Buttigieg. I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I was looking at this list, and there are names I didn't even see on this list. Notably, no Jasmine Crockett. You mean to tell me Jasmine Crockett's been out here making a damn fool of herself? Almost on Minstrel Show Avenue? You mean all this she's been doing? And she ain't even on the...
Now, I want you to pay attention to that. The Jasmine Crockett, with all she's doing as the face and the backbone and the most radical of the left, she's not even on the list to be considered as a candidate running, because they know there's no way she could win. Kamala couldn't win. But if she can't win, why are they using her and promoting her the way they are? What are they trying to communicate to the subconscious of the black communities who compromise their base and make up their most loyal voting bloc? Ponder that.
Radar?
Because it was my ancestors that built this motherfucker. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done.
She's behind Cory Booker? Huh? Yeah. Think about that. They were laughing at Byron Donalds because they said, Byron Donalds didn't get picked for a cabinet position. Well, I'm looking at this survey here, and I think you can laugh at Jasmine Crockett for not even making the list. Jackson Burns and all that work she's been putting in.
To deport undocumented Venezuelans that the administration say are dangerous individuals with ties to the gang Trend Aragua. That gang is obviously associated with a lot of crime, human trafficking, drug dealing, theft, shootings, including in your state of Texas, right outside of your congressional district. Do you agree with this? And if not, what's your issue with the U.S. using any tool at its disposal to remove undocumented violent people from this country?
It is the fact that we can't trust this administration to actually use a scalpel, but instead they love to use a butcher knife on things. And so
I firmly believe there are white Americans in the Democratic Party, so I'll say liberals, white liberals. They like to see a black woman acting ass, do all that sister girl shit, do all the neck twitching, do all the loud and all that stuff. They like that.
According to them, the trans kids that want to play the sports, Lord have mercy, that is the biggest issue.
Now, I'm going to elaborate on what he said. What does it profit them for her to reinforce every negative stereotype of the black community? I told you, Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood and all them movies where they portray the men as criminal and immoral. But on the political stage, they want to portray the women as bossy, hard-headed, disrespectful. When you put those two together as a people, the men are immoral and lawless, and the women are loud and disrespectful. And they are a minority that can't be trusted. Why do they portray us in these images? What's the benefit of these stereotypes?
That we had. Since when? Since when? Find the little trans child that is ruining your life.
They like how Jasmine Crockett's cosplaying a black woman from the hood, but they ain't gonna vote for her ass. They like to see you roast somebody as long as it ain't them, as long as you ain't talking to their kids that way, or their husbands that way, as long as you talk to somebody else, and as long as they don't like them. But if Jasmine Crockett ever said anything out the way at anybody they like, she's gone. Oh, they'll raise money. They'll have bridge games at Ethel's house where they roast her and talk shit about her. Oh, man, it'll be over. That's why you don't jump out the room with the liberal whites. Don't do it. That's exactly what she's doing. And as you can see, there is no dividends. None. Andy Bashir.
Stay on top of payments with one app. Pay or get paid. Split payments with a group.
I'll always believe that diversity is a strength and never a weakness. That we are better with more voices and more seats at our table. Now, I believe in the golden rule that says we love our neighbor as ourselves, and there are no exceptions, no asterisks. We love and we accept everyone.
He ain't have anywhere near the publicity that Jasmine Crockett has. Hell, nobody on this list gets as much airtime as Jasmine Crockett, and she ain't even in the top 10. And we're talking 2%. Amy Klobuchar has more votes for 2028 than Jasmine Crockett. But see, when I say, hey, Jasmine Crockett's making a fool of her damn self, it is for no reason. You don't go to Rutgers to come out here and talk like Glorilla.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime. Which is
who cares what I say, right? I'm just hating on the system. Now, maybe I'm more helpful than you. Maybe. Because you want your adrenaline boost no matter where you can get it. You want your dopamine fix. You want to feel good living vicariously through this woman, showing her ass like that, talking like she don't have common sense, and then it doesn't help her at all.
And what we not gonna do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they trying to pull right now.
Go ahead.
This is why I'm not gonna be able to preach, because I probably won't be able to stop cussing.
Okay, not in their career. I mean, she go on a show, and they want her to act crazy when she get there too. She was on somebody's show. They was like, "You're not going to turn it up a little bit? Not going to put no sauce on it, Jasmine?" She's like, "No, I want to be myself. I have a law degree. I'm a practicing lawyer. I'm a lawmaker. But I thought, but you were fun. Got no jokes for us? Hey guys, move the furniture around. Let her do a dance. Don't you do a dance like you did on the? I saw the video. You were jumping around, dancing and stuff, doing the duck lips. Wasn't you doing duck lips, Senator? I'm sorry."
And what Tim Black is describing is a minstrel show, a high-tech, modern minstrel show for her Democratic masters, the Dixiecrats, to allow you to represent them in such a buffoonic manner. You know what I mean? She's acting like a buffoon. But she claims to be the spokesperson of a whole party.
A congressperson? Yeah. You can twerk too? Sure, you can do that. Stop playing. Man, hey, guys, go here, move the tables around. Let Congressman Jasmine Crockett drop it like it's hot. Let her throw them bowls. Let her do a thing, man. Do your thing, girl. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple ones on me. I'm just saying, she opened herself up to this type of nonsense, and it's not even who she is. And I'm showing you evidence. I'm showing you evidence that it ain't helping her career. It's helping her popularity. It's helping her awareness. But they're not thinking about her as a leadership capacity. They're thinking about her as a loud person that sits in the back that they pull out like a pit dog. They're thinking about her the same way they thought about Simone Sanders. When Simone Sanders tackled the guy at the thing, they said, "Oh, this is great. She's security." They weren't thinking, let's give her a great job using her brain. They said, you get this big burly sister out here, the big sister, the one with the shoulders on it, the big thighs. Let's get out here to defend Jill next time something happens. Not for what's in here, right? Not for what's in here.
But I think the problem is no one knows what the Democratic Party stands for. No one knows what their policy positions are. I think that's a part of the reason why many Democrats are angry. You look at the recent data that just came out, most younger men, Republicans, people of color starting to teeter more Republicans, younger voters writ large starting to teeter more Republicans, because they look at the Democratic Party for answers and solutions for a litany of problems that they have experienced over the last 8 years. And the Democratic Party has made a lot of promises, but they haven't delivered much on many of those promises.
Part of being a truth teller is telling the truth. That's the thing about being a truth teller, and people don't want to hear that shit. They want to live in la-la land. They also think they know everything. I already started the show off telling you I don't. Okay? But I'm here to fight for black people, even people like Jasmine Crockett, who got their wires crossed. Some people ain't doing nothing but using her. She thinks she's using them back. But to what end? To do what? What you trying to do? Now, I thought you wanted to be a politician. If not, if you want to, drop a podcast, do an OnlyFans or some shit, okay, fine, I get it. Become an influencer. I thought you wanted to become a.
Now, mind you, while Jasmine Crockett is doing these antics, her district in Dallas that she represents down there in Texas is one of the most violent and dangerous cities in the country. One of the lowest literacy rates, violent prone, crime prone. But she doesn't address any of those issues. It's about who they are using her to attack.
I'll make her maybe be president one day or something. I don't know. Be a senator, governor or something. That's what I thought you wanted to do. My bad. I'm tripping. But what do I know? I'm sure she knows she's got it all figured out. I'm sure she planned it that she would not appear in the morning consult poll where Democrats and independents were questioned about who they saw as presidential material in 2028. I'm sure it was all a part of her grand scheme that she not appear on this list, because who wants to be considered? Who wants that? Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer doesn't want to be on this list. It doesn't give AOC the warm and fuzzies to be on this list. I'm mean but meaningful. I have a point. And maybe, just maybe, some of y'all people that think y'all her friends because y'all egg that on and because you big that up and you make a lot of money off of it. Roland making all that money off them videos. Every time she show her ass, he right there cheering it on like that's the thing to do. He been doing politics for 40 years. He know damn well she's not going to advance with Democrats by doing that. He know that. Some people don't care about you. All I'm doing is giving you my commentary, my opinion. I give you the facts.
And what he's showing you is how the shields on the left exploit her as well. Other black people exploiting her. No one's pulling her coat. Roland Martin is going to do what he does, just like he rolled with Kamala until she just lost. He got $350,000 out of it. But with Jasmine, it's for clicks and views. It's clickbait.
Then I give you my opinion. That's all I can do. Kamala Harris running in 2028 looks like a joke to me. But hey, who am I? I just think like you got as far as you're gonna get with people putting you in a slot. Okay? At this point, you gotta run on your own steam. And I don't think Kamala Harris has the steam to run. I just don't. It's what it is. You can't be given the presidency. Yeah. The only way Kamala Harris could, her best chance of being presidency, she missed it when she didn't throw the water. She didn't throw when she did the oil. She didn't throw no oil on Biden's shoes, because that was the only way. If you fell down them steps on Air Force One, that's the only way that she becomes president. I'm sorry, that's it. That's all. She's as close. That was as close. She was a heartbeat away from being president. And that plane that left the runway. Okay, that's what that's done. She will not. She will not. Okay, unlike Joy Reid, I've been pretty good at calling these. Okay, that's pretty good. I said Trump will beat Hillary. Said that. And I said Trump was going to beat Kamala. Joy Reid said Hillary's going to win, and then she said Kamala's going to win. And then she said that Joe Biden was cognitively aware he couldn't stay president. She's three. That's three. She out. That's three. You're 3 year out. We're going to do baseball for you. She out. All that money, it can't make better predictions than your brother Tim Black. Okay? But yeah, Kamala Harris had an opportunity to become president. It was right there for it, and that's it. That's it. That's all. Y'all ready? Let's go to the next one. Yeah, man, I tell you, man, I don't pull punches. I ain't got time for it, man. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Things going on, my back hurt. All types of stuff. I don't know why I was breakdancing, hip hop locking. What did I do that for? That's goofy. I don't need to do that. Having too much fun up here, having a good time. I thought I was Eddie Griffin for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We both wear sunglasses doing this, but yeah. All right, guys, next topic. Hit the like button. Our goal is 400 likes. If you like the show, let's get 400 likes on the board, Johnson. Let's go. The next story. Oh, this is gonna be good, man. I'm gonna be in a doghouse with the sisters, man, this week. I just want the sisters to know this is nothing personal. Well, it is kind of personal. It is kind of personal, but ain't against you though. I got your back. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now Google thinks it.
You know, he had to issue that disclaimer out there and say he's not against the sisters because they get mad, they'll unsubscribe, and you will be canceled as far as they're concerned. But the truth of the matter is they need to be aware that they're being used to the detriment of their own communities and to the detriment of their own careers. The Dixiecrats have never had their best interest at heart. It has always been a relationship to where they're used and exploited, from Hollywood to government to the music industry, in every way that they can make a profit or turn a profit or gain power by using them, they will. And it's so blatant that people have to actually feel disrespected by it. And it's getting to the point to where it's taking on the face of anti-government, anti-country, anti-God, anti-family, sedition, and traitorism. Does that make our community safer? Does it? Is it something that we can be proud of? You tell me what you think. Or do you think that this is racism and misogyny when you call someone out and explain to them how they're being used and manipulated against their own interests? Well, this is Detroit HPTV on this Sunday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Signing out of Detroit. As always, salute to all patriots. Keep your head on the swivel. Like, share, and subscribe. Support the channel. Peace.